Well, it is Friday and I am back in the office. I was in Delaware County, Pennsylvania this morning representing a client at a preliminary hearing in a very, very serious case which came out of Broomall, Pennsylvania. At the preliminary hearing, our client was charged with several counts of violations of Pennsylvania's Uniform Firearms Act, otherwise known as VUFA offenses. He was charged under Section 6105, Section 6106, and Section 6110. 6105 is a person prohibited from possessing a firearm. Section 6106 is a person possessing a firearm without a license. And 6110 is possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. All felony offenses. In addition, he was charged with some ungraded misdemeanor offenses, which weren't as serious. Now, the issue with the preliminary hearing was that our client was the passenger in the vehicle. He was not the driver. The guns were found in the trunk of the vehicle, and we were able to establish and convince the judge that despite the low evidentiary burden of proof at the preliminary hearing, which our readers and our listeners and our viewers all understand is prima facie, more probable than not that a crime occurred and the person arrested committed that crime, despite that very, very low burden of proof, we were able to convince the judge that the Commonwealth had not made out its burden of proof with regard to the gun charges. The drug charges were held for trial, but they were ungraded misdemeanors. So I wasn't too disappointed with that, having the felony charges dismissed. His bail was originally set at $200,000, 10%. So the family would have to post $20,000 to get him out. The judge, after hearing argument and throwing out the felony offenses, reduced the bail to $50,000 unsecured. So the family did not have to post any money, and our client will be getting out of jail in the next 2 hours to enjoy his weekend and move on with the case. The case isn't over, but I expect to do very well in the Court of Common Pleas in Delaware County. Remember that in the counties outside of Philadelphia, it being a Class A city, the county districts are used for preliminary hearing purposes. They do not have jurisdiction over misdemeanor level offenses. So that matter has to move to the media courthouse for final disposition. I expect to do very well there again. But I can't stress enough the importance of preliminary hearings and making the proper bail arguments. If you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429. in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is Friday. We did come out with our weekly e-update today, which had over 4,000 of our current and former clients in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Had some great articles this week, had some articles on the Brittany Griner situation. It has moved into the sentencing phase. I've done previous videos on Brittany Griner, and while I believe that she's in a tough spot, really, she did admit to doing what she did. There's really no defense for it, and the issue is with the Russian law and the potential penalties she faces. She didn't have a trial argument, so I wish the sports analysts and sportscasters and WNBA and NBA players like LeBron James would just, quite frankly, leave it alone, because you don't know what you're talking about from a legal standpoint. She didn't have a trial argument. This isn't a show trial. She would have been convicted of those charges, whether her case would have been in Russia or the United States. She didn't have any pretrial motions to suppress evidence. It was a lawful stop. The Commonwealth, in the case of Pennsylvania, or the state in the case of New Jersey, or the government in the case of Russia, could all establish constructive or actual possession of those illegal substances. I understand it was just cannabis oil, but again, those are the laws in Russia. So our issue is with the penalty phase, not so much whether or not Ms. Griner is innocent. But if you have questions about drug charges or gun charges, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the website gambonelaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All my books, my blogs, my videos are available there in one convenient format. It is Friday. It is the weekend's coming upon us. It's going to be some great weather. People heading into New Jersey and certain parts of Pennsylvania, like the Poconos. Please don't drink and drive. If you are stopped for suspicion of DUI in Pennsylvania or DWI in New Jersey, do not refuse the chemical test. It will never help your criminal case, and it will only make your defense attorney's job more difficult. In addition, you face likely administrative punishments in the form of a license suspension in both states. Once again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all very soon.